Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Code with Deepa. So today is day 37 of solving daily lead code problems, and please subscribe to channel and like my videos, comment on it, share it with your friends, and let us see what today's problem is. So the problem is to count subarray where the max element appears at least k times. Okay, so this is the problem and I have already solved this problem. Now I will explain you that in this problem what we have to do and how we will calculate our the count of our subarrays which have sum at least k times. Okay, so previously we have done a problem where the question was to count the subarrays where frequency of each element is at most k times. Okay, so it is quite similar to that question which was previously asked on LeetCode. So first let us see that what this question says. It says you're given an integer array nums and a positive integer k. Return the number of subarrays where the maximum element of nums appear at least k times in that subarray, which means that in the given subarray, the maximum element of nums will appear at least k times. So if in this given array nums, my maximum element is 3. So whichever subarray I am choosing, in that subarray, the k should appear at least 3 times. It can appear more than 2 times, as k value is here 2, so it should appear minimum 2 number of times, and it can appear 3 4 any number of times which is greater than 2. So it should appear 2 number of times. This is the base condition, and further it can have more number of maximum element. First we have to calculate the maximum element, and then we have to check that in the given subarray whether it is occurring at least k times or not. So let us try to understand the intuition behind this problem. So as the problem asks us to count the subarrays in an array where nums where the maximum element appears at least k times within that given subarray. So this is the question and we have to write code for this. Now the approach is that first we will iterate through the array, and for each element at index I, we want to find the number of valid subarrays ending with I. Okay, now I will keep the track of maximum element, and maxi will store my maximum element. Now I will use a frequency map to store the frequency of elements in the current window. This will be my map. Then I will maintain a sliding window. I will have two variables which will be I will point to the left hand side and the right will point to the right variable, and these two variables will help me to calculate the subarrays which have the count of maximum element at least k number of times. Then what we will do, we will count the valid subarrays. As we move the window, we will check if maxi is greater than equals to k. It means all the elements from I to j minus 1 are less than or equals to maxi, and the frequency of maximum element is at least k. If this condition is true, that means that we have reached that part of array where each element is occurring and my maximum element is also occurring at least k times. So every subarray which will end from I to n minus is valid because maxi appears at least k times in that range. So we will store that in our answer. Then we will shrink the window. If MP of maxi less than k, we need to shrink the window from left and increment the j. If MP maxi greater than, again this ensures that the current subarray is also has the maximum element appearing at least k times, and in this case also we will increment our answer. Okay, now next we will see the approach that how we are doing it. First we are declaring an answer variable to store the answer. N is the length of my array. Maxi will store the maximum element. This is my unordered map. And J is my right index iterator. Then we will iterate through the array with the help of for loop. Okay. So here with the help of for loop, we will iterate through the array. Now for each element of nums I, we will increment the frequency of nums I in my map with the help of this, now we will update the maximum element by calculating it, and with the help of sliding window we will keep on calculating the maximum element. We will keep on checking that if maximum element का जो count है here is greater than k or which is equals to k, it means that part is my valid subarray. After that I will calculate the answer or the subarrays which can be formed with the help of this particular subarray. Okay, now we will decrement the frequency of element at index j. After that we will move our left pointer ahead, move the left window pointer ahead. We will return the final count and it will be stored in answers. So at last we will just return answer from my given array. Okay, so this is the question and it is a time complexity of on and a space complexity of order of n. Now let us see the solution and consider an example here. So let's say this is my given array and let's say my k value is equals to 1. Okay, let us take it 2. So here my maximum element is 3. So I have to make sure that any subarray I am choosing, in that subarray my 3 should appear 2 times. Okay, it can appear more than 2 times, but at least it should appear 2 times to satisfy the conditions given to me. So first I have declared a variable answer 0, which will store my answer. Then I have calculated the size of my vector present here nums. After that, this will max element is a function in STL which will calculate the maximum element. So here it will store 3 and the number of elements are 6. So n will store my 6 value. Okay, so now let us go see ahead what we are doing here. We have declared a j variable and a unordered map to store the frequency. Now I'm running a for loop from I equals to 0 to I less than n. So let us create here a unordered map also which will store our values. Okay, let's say this is my unordered map. Now here let me do indexing. Let me just remove this. Okay, now for int I equals to 0, mp nums I. So my nums I contain 1. So what it will do, that it will make a key 1 and it will increment there a value of 1. Now I will check if mp of maxi, which will check mp, and maxi stores the my maximum element which is 3 and which is greater than equals to or greater than equals to k. K here is 2. So it is initially storing 0 and it is not greater than equals to k. So this for loop, this while loop will not get executed in this case. Okay. Now we will just increment the value of I and I will move to second index. Now for here 2, it will also make and store the frequency of 2. Now again it is not true. Now it will move to 3. Now it will create a frequency for 3 and it will store 1. Now here it is still not true. Now it will move to the next, which will 2, and which it will change here its frequency from 1 to 2. Now again it will move ahead, it is 1 and it will again change its frequency from 1 to 2. Now it will check for 3. Now 3. Now 3 again it will change its frequency, it has become 2, and here 2 is greater than equals to 2, so its condition, this condition will become true. Now it will go inside this loop and it will increment, calculate the answer. So answer will be answer is storing 0 plus my n is storing 6 and minus I. So at last position my I value will become 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and the answer will become equals to 1. Now I will decrement mp nums j minus minus. Okay, so j is still at 0 index. Now I will decrement this and it will be again 1, and we will increment our j pointer. So j was initially here only and my I pointer is here. So now my j pointer moves from here to here and it has made the changes. Now again this loop will run to check for other possible subarrays from J, and at last it will return the answer of all the subarrays which have at least k times the number is repeating in it. So it will get stored in my answer and I have to simply return answer from here. So it will keep on this loop will repeat and it will keep on calculating for MP of maximum, which is 3, and it is for 3 it is greater than equals to 2. Now again it will calculate answer and it will decrement MP of J, then again it will increment from here to here. Now after, when I will reach here and I will decrement for this, it will become 1 and this loop condition will become false, and in that case we will just return from here. And outer loop has also finished. Now my answer will store the count of subarrays which will have at least k times repeating the maximum element. Okay, so now let us try to run this code which we have written here. So this is the code. Simply we have done that, calculated the result in this result, then left and right pointer. Okay, let me just refresh this. So this is our code for the current given problem. First we have calculated the answer, then the size of my nums, and then in maxi I am calculating the maximum element present in the given nums array, which will be 3 for the given example. After that I have made int j equals to 0, which is my left pointer. And after that we have run a for loop. We are incrementing the map value, keeping track of frequency in an unordered map MP. Then after that, checking if that condition has appeared where my count of maximum element is greater than, let's say we are checking here count of maximum element is greater than or greater than or equals to k. So this loop will check this and it will keep on executing till we get the count decreased or it is less than k, because when we will reach that part, like from here we have seen that we are incrementing our j pointer. So it is like we will reach this part. From j we will move first from j to 2 and then we'll move to 3, and it is what it is doing inside while loop, it is decrementing. So that condition will appear when this condition will become false, and when this condition will become false the loop will end. So here we can see that we have written the same code here which I have explained you previously, and at last we will just return the answer. So now let us just run this code. So you can see that this is accepted and I have already submitted this code, and if you have any problem, if you face any problem, just leave it in the comment section, and if you have any doubt regarding the solution also, you can leave a comment. And please like this video, comment on it, subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon to get daily notification about the videos I am posting. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.